My parents demanded my daughter's college fund for their gifted grandson, so I walked away. Stick with me while I share my story, and if it touches you, don't forget to support our channel by hitting that subscribe button, dropping a like, and sharing it with the people you care about. I'm Clara Hayes, a single mom, and my daughter, Nora, is smart and ambitious. My parents, Edwin and Marlene, have always been controlling, but this broke me. They insisted I give Nora's college fund to her cousin Leo because they said he was more talented. I felt shock, heartbreak, and deep anger. How could the people who raised me value another child over their own granddaughter? I knew I had to protect Nora and her future. Walking away was the hardest choice I ever made, but I promised her we'd rise above their selfishness. Little did they know, this decision would change everything, for us. My parents kept pressing, insisting I hand over Nora's college money, no matter what I said. I tried to explain, to make them understand, but they wouldn't listen. It hit me hard. My family had always put everyone else first, leaving me behind. The weight of their favoritism made my chest ache. Nora noticed my silence and the tension in the room. Her young eyes searched mine, worried, and she asked softly why her future was being taken away. I knelt beside her and held her hand, whispering, "We'll prove them wrong, Nora. They won't decide our path." Inside, my heart burned with betrayal. It wasn't just about money, it was the message that blood didn't matter, that loyalty and love meant nothing to them. That crushing truth pushed me further, igniting a quiet determination to protect my daughter and reclaim what was rightfully ours. I knew giving in wasn't an option. I had to protect Nora's future, no matter the cost. That night, I packed our things, folding memories into boxes as my childhood home grew smaller behind me. My parents yelled, calling me selfish, claiming I was overreacting, but I didn't waver. Outside, the cool air felt like freedom, and for the first time I imagined a life of our own. Tess, my friend since college, met me at the car, offering a reassuring smile and helping carry our bags. Her support steadied my nerves. Once settled in our small apartment, I began exploring ways to build a secure future for us, researching schools, programs, and opportunities that could change our lives. It was scary leaving everything familiar, but with Tess by my side and determination in my heart, I felt a spark of hope growing inside me. While searching for ways to secure our future, I stumbled upon an opportunity in biotech investing. It felt risky, but something inside me urged me to take the leap. I gathered every bit of savings I had and even borrowed a few small loans, determined to create a venture fund to support women trying to build their own businesses. The first investment paid off modestly, but it was enough to show potential. Nora watched me closely, her eyes lighting up as she saw my determination and focus. For the first time in years, I felt a spark of hope, a sense that we could rise above the obstacles my parents had thrown in our path. It was empowering to take control, to turn frustration into action, and to see that maybe, just maybe, our hard work could pay off in ways they never imagined. Rumors reached Edwin and Marlene that I was trying to start over. They chuckled, convinced I would fail and that Leo would end up with everything they wanted. I didn't argue or announce my plans. Instead, I stayed quiet, letting them believe their assumptions were true. Behind closed doors, I poured every spare moment and dollar into my ventures, carefully expanding my investments. Each small success gave me a secret thrill. Watching them underestimate me, I felt a subtle satisfaction, a quiet smile that no one could see. The power of being underestimated was intoxicating, and for the first time I sensed the tide shifting. While they remained blind to my progress, I built momentum for the future Nora and I deserved. Each step forward, unseen by them, made the eventual triumph feel even sweeter in my mind. Months of careful planning finally paid off when I closed a massive deal, causing the fund to grow far beyond what I had imagined. Nora's hard work also started to shine, her teachers recognized her talent, she earned scholarships, and mentors began guiding her toward big opportunities. Seeing her succeed filled me with pride, yet the memory of my parents' betrayal lingered like a shadow. For years, they had tried to dictate our lives, but now I could imagine a future where their favoritism held no power over us. Every achievement, every milestone, was proof that we could thrive on our own. I began to picture a life where Nora's potential would never be limited by anyone else's selfish choices. The mix of pride and lingering pain reminded me why I had fought so hard to protect her future. Years passed, and despite all their praise for Leo, he began struggling financially. To my surprise, Edwin and Marlene came to me, asking for a $50,000 investment to bail him out. They spoke as if I owed them, as if their favoritism entitled them to my help. I listened quietly, masking the storm inside, pretending to consider their request. Behind my calm exterior, I was already planning the terms, knowing I held the advantage now. Every word they spoke felt like a reminder of the years they dismissed me, yet this time, I controlled the outcome. The tension in the room was thick, but with each passing moment, I felt a rush of silent satisfaction. For once, the tables were mine to turn, and I savored the quiet victory that no one else could see. I finally told them I would help, but only on one condition: they had to admit they had wronged Nora. Their faces drained of color, and for the first time, they seemed truly uneasy. I carefully drafted a contract, clearly stating that Nora's fund could never be touched again, and made sure everything was officially documented. Watching them read the terms, I could see the shock in their eyes. Their years of favoritism, their attempts to control and belittle us, had come to nothing. The tension in the room was electric, but I felt an overwhelming sense of satisfaction. This wasn't just about money, it was about respect, acknowledgement, and finally reclaiming what was ours. As I handed them the papers, I knew the balance had shifted. For once, justice wasn't whispered or delayed, it was right there, undeniable, and beautifully ours. In the years that followed, my investments grew beyond anything I had imagined. Nora graduated with honors and immediately launched her own tech startup, impressing everyone around her. Together, our combined net worth reached $200 million, a world far removed from the doubts and dismissals of my parents. Their influence, once a looming shadow over our lives, no longer mattered. One evening, Nora hugged me tightly and whispered, "You never let them take what was ours." Her words filled me with a warmth and pride I had never known, a deep satisfaction that all the struggles and betrayals had been worth it. The bond between us had grown unbreakable, strengthened by every obstacle we had faced. Standing beside her, I realized we had not just survived, they had tried to define us, but we had built a life far greater than they could ever imagine. Sitting in our spacious office, I thought back on everything, the betrayals, the heartbreak, and the long nights of hard work that brought us here. Every obstacle had tested us, yet each challenge strengthened my resolve and Nora's determination. Eventually, Edwin and Marlene reached out, offering apologies and trying to reconnect. I listened politely but kept my distance. Their words no longer carried weight, and I realized I didn't need their approval to feel whole. For the first time, I experienced true freedom from their toxic control. I had built a life defined by courage, resilience, and independence, and I could finally see the legacy we were leaving for Nora: strength, self-reliance, and the ability to rise above anyone who tried to limit us. Looking at her thriving beside me, I smiled and whispered in my heart, "They demanded our future, but we built it ourselves, better, brighter, unstoppable." Do you think I did the right thing by standing up for Nora and walking away, or should I have given them another chance? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this.